Hey there, Sugar Pie. I'm doing a very quick Zen update because I promised you that I would many months ago, and Zen is back in that 100% funeral zone. So I made a video for you back when Zen hit here. When it hit down there, TradingView rounded it down to say minus 100%. And I actually said, I remember saying at the time ago, you know, funeral videos are bottoms, right? I think I said it somewhere on Telegram or Twitter, but this was the video.
Baby doll friends and family and distinguished guests.
So we held a funeral for Zen, and that marked the bottom, and then it went up. But then what happened, of course, as it happens, friends, up here, the Zen community held a funeral for me. And I was like, uh-oh, I hope you guys are getting out, and went back down. So it's funny. It's a double funeral, right? But even I knew this, friends. I knew this. See, the thing is, you think, oh, why don't you just buy it? Well, look, everything was going up here, man. This was PulseChain testnet version 3 coming out. PulseChain was around the corner. PulseChain launched around. PulseChain testnet version 3 came around here. So, I mean, you're probably wondering, like, what's PulseChain got to do with it? Well, here's the thing, right? So let me tell you a secret. There is a coin called XRP, and it has a little community called XLM. Let me show you. So, of course, you've heard of the XRP community, right? Well, XRP, they had a founder, I think his name was Jeb or Jed, whatever his name was, and they basically removed him from being able to dump. They did something with him, some story there. So he made XLM, Stellar, he made Stellar purely to give himself the unlocked tokens so he can dump. But he called it a non-profit organization type of thing. And what's very interesting is I can show you right now the spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you XRP and XLM in a ratio, and you're going to see them oscillate. And this is it right now, friends. This is actually the total crypto for the total history for Stellar and XRP. Take a look at this, man. Isn't this crazy? It's literally an oscillator. It's just, you know, this is here. Stellar strong, XRP strong. Stellar strong, XRP strong. So going up is Stellar strength. Going down is XRP strength. So look at this. They just take turns like, oh, we're rallying. No, we're not. No, we're rallying. Do you see how these just hug each other? They just literally like joined at the hip. It's because it's the same community. It's a subset of each other. It's fascinating to see this, right? And kind of cool that I can show you this now on this platform. By the way, thank you very much for subscribing, pressing the bell button and all. Thank you very much, friends. I appreciate every single one of you. Now, when I saw this many years ago, I was like, well, I bet this will be useful somewhere. And it is right now. To me, it's useful with Zen. Now, I'm not saying, absolutely, I am not implying that HEX and Zen are going to do this oscillation. Don't think they're going to do that, okay? Got the different tokenomics. But it's interesting to see that something can last for so long and it will be like that community over there. So in the XRP community, a lot of them, they look at XLM as like those people on the side, you know, in the forest. They come out, they got the tribal gear and everything. They come out, you know, blowing the didgeridoo and stuff. That's how they see them. And they're always there, but they disappear for a long time. Then they come back again, and it's funny if this plays out to be the same thing with PulseChain and Zen and HEX and XEN. That'll be very interesting to see if that happens. So in a nutshell, what we're basically seeing is probably, and it's true, you can kind of tell, there's an overlap. Most people who have Zen and who are interested in Jack Levin, they were interested and are interested in PulseChain, HEX, etc. So they're subsets of each other. So that's why when HEX started pumping, I saw, wow, Zen starts pumping too. And then that's why when I saw HEX started going down on the PulseChain announcement, I go, oh, okay, I wonder if this continues the downside for Zen. It's very interesting how it happens in sync, right? But now here's the issue. There's always an issue with here, man. Firstly, it's inflationary to the poop house, a big time. So you just mint Zen. There's no campaign. Hey, buy Zen. There's no campaign. So it's a game. It's like it's a game in terms of like buy Zen to burn it and make more games to burn Zen. But it's just fine. I mean, anything goes up in a bull market. People bought JPEGs in 2021. Of course, they'll come and buy into a community. However, there's just too many coins. There's so many coins. You don't know which community, which one. And I can kind of just share with you my philosophy on it. So far, most of the coins on the other chains are to be ignored. They are tests. So philosophically, all right, they're trying to launch X1 chain, which is the Zen chain. So what they did was They launched on every chain. They launched, all the different Zens. They launched, maybe if you type in Zen here, they launched like pXEN, right? pXEN. There's all the different Zen types out there. They launched heaps of them. And CCB, Binance Zen. And there's Avalanche Zen or whatever it is, okay? Oh, you have Moonbeam, whatever. And probably their goal was, let's break each chain so we can test how fast each chain is, and then we can be the better one. So that's how I feel Jack Levin is. So if Jack Levin played Diablo, I feel like he'd be like a witch doctor. So this is the witch doctor from Diablo 3. And why are you going to laugh? Like, why do I say that? It's just because Jack loves being a pest. Like, he loves pestilence. That's one of the curses from the Bible, coming out and like poison clouds and going out and just disturbing, just being annoying. He likes doing that. If he played World of Warcraft, he might have been a warlock. They have what they call DOTs, damage over time. So that's exactly what I feel is representation is this, friends. It's beautiful. I get to share this with you. That's what I see. I see him. He's like the witch doctor. He likes doing poison. I don't know if you played any RPG games. Oh, you're like, oh crap, I'm poison. I've got to get an antidote. It's so annoying. You always want like poison to be taken out of games. It's like some games get famous for like just having very annoying poison mechanics that just are so detrimental to your experience, which is exactly what we're seeing in freaking in here. It's like what he did was he went to every chain and he was literally just pestilence. It was like he just poisoned every chain, just spammed them, just tried to damage them over time and spam the chains. And now he's like, well, now we're going to release our X1 chain and you won't be able to spam it. We're going to be clean and pure. And, if you go to my YouTube, right, we just search Zen. There's a lot of times. Look on all the times I mentioned Zen. There's talked about Zen in here. Remember the algorithm as well. It's not just if it's showing the videos here, it means it's either set it in the word Zen or it appeared in the tagline. So I've timestamped it somewhere. So VMPX, honestly, friends, I keep forgetting what each coin is used for. Like there's too many coins, man. It's like I want to buy something. That's the average mindset of retailer. So forget about just this ecosystem for a second. People want to come in with a torpedo mindset. We want one man or woman, one leader. We want to feel one thing. I even know from your comments, I love you so much, if I show anything balanced, some people will appreciate it, and that's why you all love coming here. But if it's not balanced, people want, that's it. We want instructions. We're like, just tell me, do I feel good or do I feel bad? Tell me, you are in control. So I've learned to morph that with how I present stuff to you, because that's what the people want. That's what we want. We watch something. We're like, we want to feel this. We want to feel that. We want to feel the ups and the downs. We do want to feel this human experience that we call life in the crypto Ponzi casino. So VMPX, I think what it was is you buy VMPX, then you'll be able to get some claim on the X1 chain. But look, after everything we've seen in crypto, we've seen PulseChain, we've seen every single launch, all of them will sell the news events. Everything went down. It's just disappointing. That's it. There's just too many weak hands out there. A lot of people are just disappointing, weak, not going to make it. So there is no rush to do anything, really. At the end of the day, you can choose to do what you do, but the inflation coming out and the community existing, all of these are well and truly good, but we all need the entire market just to go up, So this is an earlier post of mine. Just when I mentioned that I bought the PulseChain Zen. Why? Just, I don't know, it's tiny. Just like it's liquidity, small, market cap 100K. I don't know. Maybe PulseChain goes up and then the Zen community comes on and they do something and they try to spam it again. These are all like very loose guesses, loose speculation. You can't really take this home anywhere. This is just complete lottery ticket money. It's nothing to, it's just to keep you still in the game. Because when you have a bit, you talk about it and you think about it, and then you at least get an idea of perhaps where value is, right? Where's something that's going to be fundamentally strong, and where would a cheap zone for it be? So like if you're really bullish on Zen, imagine all the people who bought here. There were people buying Zen because of the Somi funeral up here. There were so many people who were abusing me, tagging me with violence, right? Straight away. And then just what happens in the game, man. It's human emotions. It's what happens. As soon as everybody starts partying, it's over. So, back to my post here. Look, I want to participate. I just don't know how. You speak to someone and they tell you a new answer every week in the Zen community, right? So, obviously, shout out to Lady Pocahontas. Everyone, every time I ask, they're very helpful. Except, it's like every 3 weeks, I'm getting a different answer. They're like, okay, just buy the Zen, you get the X1. Okay, next one. Oh, might buy the VMPX because of this. Okay, no, mint the VMPX. Oh no, do the NFT. I'm like, oh man, like there's too many instructions, friends. Have you seen this TikTok generation now? Have you you know what crypto is? There's like 13 news items coming out every day. Our brains are fried. We can't take one type of strategy every day. It's got to be, hey, here is one consistent message, right? Buy, right? This is one token, one community, one cloud. That's it. And when people keep repeating this every day, every week, every month, the message gets clear, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, the biggest. Doge has been talking about Doge. You know what I mean? You can't throw these different labels and tickers and logos and stuff around. It becomes very confusing for new people, because at the end of the day, the only reason you should buy anything at any point is because you are thinking about future demand. Okay, what a shame it would be if we bought Zen and then it turns out, you had to buy the vampire coin. You had to buy the X1 coin. Do you know what I mean? You got to think about who's coming in next. And if the path is clear, then you can act. But if the path isn't clear, the path keeps changing every 15 days. It makes it very hard. Okay, so only people deep within, they understand it. But you got to think about the wider scope. You can't, it's self-circulating right now. How you got to get other people outside of the economy. You got to get people in other ecosystems, okay? And you need to focus all their attention somewhere, right? That's why it's almost hypnotic when people just spam HEX. They tag their names in the HEX ecosystem. And there's only one coin. But, we're going to move on to that, because that's where a bit of the doozy comes out, because it's not just one coin anymore, okay? So Zen back to the funeral zone, VMPX down to 4.8 cents. Is it cheap? Yes, I guess if you know what they're building out and you think the community is going to grow into the bull market, okay, but there's a lot of coins in the Zen ecosystem. The ultimate goal is this X1 chain. I found that it's actually a DAG, which apparently I think I heard the DAGs haven't been able to fully work all the time. It's just, look, every single time, every new tech, someone's going to say, nope, we solved it, this time's different, etc., etc. But look, man, you just got to think, man, there's a reason why EVMs are trusted, okay? There's a reason why the EVMs are a standard now. If you come try to do your own thing, it becomes very hard, right? So when you start trying to play around with stuff, it introduces more complexities. And hey, we can't even read code ourselves. So it just adds risk for no reason, okay? So the community of Zen is still there. They are still there. They're all loving the minting, etc. But I'm guessing, it's so easy, man. If they just made one single coin that combined everything, and then all the Zen community started shilling that, it would just be like Zen Ultimate Coin X1. That's it. If everybody just moved to X1 coin, right? It'd probably be easier, because everyone's focusing their attention just to pump one bag. But it is what it is. It's just what the game is, friends. Everybody's doing different experiments. There is no tried formula out there. All we have is really Bitcoin and Ethereum as blue chips, and pretty much everything else is bleeding, right, over multiple cycles. So, at least the community's still there. I just bought a bit of the Zen on the PulseChain because I like it. It's linked to Pulse. What if Pulse goes up? The Zen community might punt on it. So I've mentioned here I'm waiting more just because of the inflation. Still, inflation unlocks are coming. What are people going to do? You need a clear path, man. I've never, ever made money where I'm like, okay, in this thing, maybe there's an off chance something happens for me. No. They're always, those are super flukes. Those times are gone. You can only participate in that mentality if Bitcoin would be 65,000. When Bitcoin's screaming through the highs and people are out there just to FOMO anything that moves, that's a completely different environment to what we are now. What we're in now is Poopy McPoop Town, where we're halfway in the zone. We're not really, this is Ethereum, right? If Ethereum's above 5K, okay, everybody here is desperate to get rich. But in this zone, people still use their brains, all right? So you gotta really have a path forward if you want to participate. And also, as a quick reminder, if you ever want to buy something on Dexscreener, make sure when you go to Dexscreener.com and you find the actual code, okay, in the bottom right, so you scroll down to the right bottom right, see it says pXEN here, click on this little thing. It will copy the address. Then you can go to PulseX, right? You can go to Uniswap, and you can actually go to the exchange part, what I'm gonna do right now. And if you copy paste that address in, so it says, pXEN import. So this is what you do if you want to trade a specific chart on Dexscreener. This is super important so you don't get scammed, because man, the scammers are coming back, friends. As soon as the prices go up, they're all gonna come back by the droves. And there has to be a discussion as we finish off, friends, about the PulseX yield farms. I'm gonna show you right now. So PulseChain, it's such a unique opportunity here, because go and look at all the other farms out there. in all the other chains, nothing is like this. And I do mean nothing, right? So I'm not going to say these aren't going to last forever, but this is super good opportunity. Of course, ignore USD stablecoin one. Ignore these things. Hex and Pulse, to give you 30%. Look, I'm not even joking, man. The fact that this thing can give you like above 20% is huge because they are asymmetric upside coins combined. Most funds, and PulseX Pulse giving 22%, absolutely phenomenal because they're both asymmetric upside. Generally, to get the high yield in other chains, when they give out higher yields, you've got a bond with a stable coin or with Ethereum or with their poop coin. Okay, so a stable coin is junk because it's going to be worth only $1 in 2.5 years. Okay, it's not going to have any upside. Their poop coin, like, there is no community behind most of them. Like, we already know PulseChain's got 200,000 people. Yes, there are people, there's angry Richard Hart. Yes, we're all kicking, crying, screaming. Yes, the price is down, I understand, but everyone's still here. I don't really care, right? So any poo that anybody slings around, doesn't matter. Like, he's still here, man. It's just, like, that's why I don't take anything to heart, friends. So I'm a strong leader with mental fortitude of a brick wall because I just know one green candle in 22 days and everyone's like, woohoo, we're all friends and family. So it's a cycle, man. No one really cares, right? But this is an advantage. Most other communities don't have this. They've got to keep making this complex mid-curve DeFi and keep doing this stuff. And you don't know if they're going to be around in 9 months because you have to buy something up 800%, but you don't know you are buying into the exit liquidity of the founders. Okay? And there are founders of these. With this, we can just look at Richard Hart and I go, I don't think he's selling. That's it. You don't know, but I just see. It's easy to look at one dude and go, he's the only insider, and I don't think he's selling. So to me, it's I feel much more clean with that. It's like going back to early Bitcoin days. You just look at Satoshi and you go, well, I don't think this Satoshi guy is going to sell. Okay, well, just stay long then. You don't have to worry about anybody else. With all these other mid-curve projects, you got to worry about 9 people. There was an insider on one of these Arbitrum things. I forgot what it's called, like Radiant, whoever it was that got listed. He sold like 3.2 million. So he bought $1 million worth before the listing, and then he sold it for 3 million like 14 days or 7 days later on the Binance listing. He made like a 2 or 3x on his money. So you see all this junk coming in, all this insider trading. It's doing this. You don't want to be a part of it, man. You can't win. You got to be in early, and there's so many projects coming out. So this presents a unique opportunity here because they're both asymmetric upside. Well, isn't that great, right? And look, I don't advise punting on ink, but like, I guess it's better than touching all the other junk out there, right? So it's super unique to be able to even have this and even be able to witness this because let's look, in the bearish case, right? Let's say the whole ecosystem only goes a 30x from here, only a 30x. Well, every 3% yield you earn is 100% of your stack right now. So if you have 20 grand in the whole ecosystem and you're yield farming, if you earn 1%, okay, you will literally make in the yield 20 grand in the future just from the yield, all right, from that few percent earned, okay, over the next few weeks. Now, of course, the yield's dropping down over time, but that's what I'm saying. Like, every little breadcrumb you can earn and increase the size of your bag catapults you in the future as you're compounding up. So, look, Zen community is still there, but you got to do a bit more. I mean, there's a big treasury on PulseChain. You got to think about the competition and the alternatives and what you can actually do with your capital. But hey, the thing is, it's very cheap. All right, that's something you can't take away from it. It's very, very cheap. It is a subset of the PulseChain HEX community, whether they like it or not. I mean, it's in the coin name. It's called Vampire. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to suck your blood, right? So I hope it's just your blood. So at the end of the day, if you were to participate, remember, I always do say, friends, remember, you can always keep 95% core, 5% lottery. Maybe at some point in the future, it's time to go full degen, but we're nowhere near that market environment right now. People aren't coming in with as weak hand mentality. People are only coming in now using their brains, okay? And they got normal sized brains. They can think for themselves, okay? So if you want to divulge into the lottery, maybe some of you already have some Zen or VMPX in your core because you understand the community. That's 100% fine. But at the end of the day, we're probably all looking for the same thing, and that is when the whole like Ethereum, when everything starts going up together, or Bitcoin starts going up together, then we'll see people wake up to. So this is the Bitcoin chart. So if we start seeing Bitcoin rise, probably then going to say, okay, people wake up to PulseChain and HEX and Zen and everything starts going up everywhere. Just like how we saw on the SEC, the SEC being defeated by XRP. We saw like every single coin go up together. That's what we might see going forward in the future. And of course, the decision to make will be which coin is going to be the one that outperforms the rest. Well, there's like 30,000 coins now. It's just too hard to tell anyone like who has any idea. Even with the strongest fundamentals, friends, it doesn't matter. Then people bought pictures of dogs. You got outperformed by somebody who didn't do any balance sheet work, no PE ratios, no on-chain, didn't check the hodlers. They don't know what Metcalfe's law is. They think it's some sort of anti-drug law out there in US courts or something. Right? They got no idea what the hell anything is. They come in, they go, this thing's got a picture of a dog. I'm going to buy it because Elon Musk likes dogs. And they literally outperformed everybody. All right, so we're going to be the most important thing of all, which is peanut brains. And of course, we are going to be friends forever, okay? Don't give up, friends. We're still going to make it. Till mum and dad, we love them. I'm going to catch you in the next one.